here we are on Sunday. We're docked in Crete, and it was such a smooth docking that I didn't even know we had stopped. Trying to find some coffee. Hopefully this place is open. Here comes another ship into port. Almost straight ahead of us is a mountain. This slip right next to us. Dock workers are ready to tie it off. These guys help with dropping the anchor. They have a nice breakwater here. Keeps everything nice and calm. The ships in this docking area. Shooting the beautiful sunrise here in Crete. Our usual meeting for trips happening here.
I used the trip. Thank you, sir.
This is a car ferry that comes over from, I believe, Athens. There's a truck getting off, and it's docked next to our ship. We're on Crete right now.
Here in Crete in 1210. Right after the Fourth Crusade, and they remained here till 1669. This building here to the left is from the Venetian period. That is used today for the small boats and the fishing boats. And you can also see the sea castle of Coules that was protecting the entrance of the harbor. An elegant fortress. Notice that right under the Greek flag that is on the top, we have a relief on marble that presents the flying lion of St. Mark, the symbol of Venice. It's still there 600 years later. The city walls of the Middle Ages, it's much lower but thicker. We have buildings on these walls. We have trees on these walls. We do not talk here about a simple wall, but about an artificial hill that is dressed with stone all around. Right over there, one of the gates of the town, the one towards the north. Then in a moment we will see 3 statues of the most eminent citizens ever in Heraklion. We have at the center Domenico Theotokopoulos, that was born during the 16th century in 1541 here in Heraklion, and became known as El Greco, a very famous painter of Renaissance. Over here you can see the statues, 3 statues. To the right of El Greco, that is at the center, Vincent Cornaros, a poet of the same period, 16th century. And to the left of Domenico Theotokopoulos, you have seen that he's wearing a more modern suit. He's a man of the 20th century, Kazantzakis Airport. Here to the right, you can see again the fortifications. You see, they're all around the town, all around the town. To the left, you can see one of the bastions that would protect the entrance of the town. And you can see right behind the bastion, protected by the bastion, the gate here to the left, the gate of St. George. That would be the main gate of the town towards the east. This ramp was created then during the 20th century to facilitate traffic. It has nothing to do with the fortifications, it's modern. Up there in front of us is the Archaeological Museum of Heraklion. That is at the center of the town, at the central square. And in fact, right now we are at the central square of the town, Liberty Square. We can see here in front of us the square. And to the right, a building with a Greek flag. That's the palace of the region, the administrative center of the island.
Tiny little olives.
Out of the bus now. You can all hear me. What channel? 7. It's pretty sad.
I love it.
Working out some whisperer problems here.
That's not mineral water. Sorry.
All right. Sandra, you're my hero.
That's not a hero. It's not a hero.
Can you carry this or not? Okay.
Yeah, it's like we're walking under the earth. We're seeing all the roots.
That's plenty of begot, no?
The double-headed axe. The two blades of the double-headed axe and the handle of the double-headed axe. That was the most sacred symbol of the Minoan religion. That was the so-called labres. That's how they would call it, labres.
They put the remains of the sacrificed animals in these circular pits. In the religion, this was consecrated ground. This is their church. More ruins on this side. A statue that I took a picture of a little earlier. He was the man that discovered this in the early 20th century, I believe, and had the intelligence to realize 18th century maybe. Okay, but anyway, he had the foresight to know that this was something special.
Oh, look at those modern pieces over at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those modern doors and such.
Quite a crowd here today.
So the indoor areas.
Some kind of drainage system here. Plumbing.
Do not present the reality. They present the ideal, what they would like the man to be, what she should be, not what he is. So always men are presented the same way, women are presented the same way, always slim, elegant, athletic, young, beautiful, handsome. She wears. And he has flowers in this helmet, lilies. flower with a symbolic importance, with a religious symbolism, and peacock feathers. The peacock feathers
I think we are hearing peacocks
symbolize
around
his
here.
rank in the society. The Minoan king should be not only a political leader, but also a religious leader. From what we know from the ancient Greek mythology, King Minos is the son of Zeus and Princess Europe. Zeus, king of gods, and Princess Europe. King Minos is the person that every 9 years goes up on Mountain Ida, the highest peak of Crete, the Cretan Olympus, to find Zeus, his father, there, and take from his hands the new laws of the state. And that the palace was not buried like Pompeii, all at once. It was destroyed, abandoned, and buried eventually after thousands of years. So for thousands of years, children were playing here, people were searching for treasures. You can understand that we're very lucky to have just 1%, right?
The Minoan Palace continues. Wow. 5 acres of palace.
Notice that the royal apartments were at the ground floor. Notice that there is a wall that is separating the rest of the palace from the apartments, the royal apartments, the apartment of the king and the queen. Much better decorated, much more luxurious, much more complete as an apartment. We're going to go down there and visit that apartment. As you can see, we have channels that are deep down, covered, are proceeding under the walls, under the floors, and are taking the dirty waters away from the palace. Ground for supper during the dance. Then you will see the famous fresco and toilet.
Ask the queen if we can come in. Oops, This is the queen's quarters. Wow, look at all the dolphins. And these would have been the king's quarters. It's good to be the king.
When instead the doors would be opened, and they could open the doors in just a few seconds, what would happen? The doors would come to fit into the two niches to the left and right. And as they were of wood, and it was also wood, the whole thing would look then as a pillar, a rectangular pillar, sustaining the ceiling. Right at the center of this area, we had a staircase level.
This is the eastern entrance.
Here, these small storage.
No, we're not going to buy one of these to plant our plants with.
Oh, you're no fun.
I guess we could plant a palm tree in there. They were actually for water and for olive oil. We like color.
Because it was down there. They would prefer to have water from the mountain because the difference of fountain covered and they want for the rainwater. Half of the space
You're brave. Yeah, you are. I would be like falling in there.
Original ceramic pipes down there. Wow.
were made in 625 in Libya, the modern day Turkey.
And I'll be out of here.
So each jar over there would not be just food, it would be an economy asset. that would be exchanged.
This is 600 years before coins were invented,
And then, of course,
so they bartered in commodities. Traces of the fire after the earthquake.
in the palace.
Level 5,
In front of us, the central
level 4,
courtyard of the palace.
and we're on level 3.
Open to the air. So, right here we're on the 4th floor. As we said, the 5th floor existed, but was not reconstructed by Sir Arthur Evans because he hasn't found too many evidence on that, so he refrained from doing something that would be just imagination. Over here we had instead big hypostyle rooms, like the one in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. You can see the bases of the columns that were sustaining the ceiling. And then over there another bigger room with 1, 2, possibly 3 columns sustaining the ceiling. Big hypostyle rooms used by the Minoan administration.
Dice que en la pintura se ve
Receptions in here, reunions, concerts, decisions being taken. The Minoan bureaucrats that were keeping their records in small tablets of fresh clay. The Minoans knew how to write, and they would keep their records in small tablets of fresh clay. Ice turn into dust and soil again. So it would be impossible for Sir Arthur Evans to find these records also like this. Not only great archaeologists, but also quite like this. Help him. Of course, beautifully decorated, but as we said before, we have just a few of the frescoes that once would decorate the palace. We are very lucky to have just maybe 1% of what would once decorate this beautiful palace. We have two types of decoration. One that is presenting nature. And we can see singing birds over there, or monkeys collecting flowers over here, or an octopus. It is interesting that we have always the representation of nature in the Minoan society, but without the violent part of nature. You will not see a lion killing a deer, something that you can see in other civilizations. And then over here we can see
You don't see any war scenes, it's always peaceful.
everyday life.
They're a peaceful civilization.
Everywhere, the top of consecration, the heads of the men and women that are participating in the religious ceremony. What's the color of the wooden beams in the walls? They form the red and black color of the carpet. Now, Sir Arthur Evans has found none of all these things. During the excavations, he did found just the round stone bases and nothing else. So he did reconstruct. He could understand that this was wood, of course, because it was only the base and nothing else. But how to reconstruct? Why upside down? Why with the form of the capital as it is? Well, over here we have the answers. Sir Arthur Evans found frescoes, and from the frescoes he proceeded to the reconstruction. Then something else that is interesting. Ladies dancing and singing in a semicircle, like the chorus of an ancient Greek tragedy, in front of an audience. Men in red, women in white. Women do seem to smile. Men do seem to move their hands over their heads. An enthusiastic public in front of a good show. We have found the theater in Crete. We have found the theater in Knossos. So this fresco indicates that the theatrical act, was invented, it seems, in the Minoan Crete. And the ladies of the court. Notice the jewelry, beautiful jewels around the wrist, the neck, the hair. And then finally, the most famous fresco of the Minoan times, the one that you can see everywhere in all the books of history, and is presenting the Minoan bull game, a sacred game with the sacred animal, the bull. Now, it was completely different from the one that we can see in Spain today. They would affront the animal, but not in order to provoke and then avoid, humiliate, wound, and kill the animal, as they do in Spain today. Instead, they would try to grasp the horns of the bull. Putting the horns under the armpits, they would use the instinctive movement that the animal would certainly make to free himself, so that they would be tossed by the force of the animal over the back of the animal, having a dangerous double leap over the bull, a salto mortale, coming down behind the bull on the tip of the toes with the hands up to regain balance, as we do in the gymnastics nowadays.
Yes.
And so we have 3 successive phases of the game. We had 21 compartments, and there was space for over 400 jars. So it was the main body of the storage room, the main economy center, as we said before. Please notice that all these storage rooms are quite typical this time and different from the others, are very long, narrow, dark, without any windows, and along the walls, to the left and right, they would place the jars, like these jar over there. Think of them as treasury, not just as food.
This was the treasury room. Underneath those rectangular holes, they put the treasure and then covered up with the alabaster, and it would look just like tile over top of it, and you'd never know there was something hidden underneath. So they put their valuables in there.
Could easily carve it to the desired form. Let's not forget that we're talking about a Bronze Age civilization. So all their tools were of bronze, not of iron. And it would be, of course, handy if they could easily carve the stone to the desired form. Third reason. Well, over here you can see the third reason. Crystals. The stone is of a crystallical molecular form, and so we have all these crystals in this in the alabaster. When the alabaster is flat and polished, it reflects the light, so it looks like marble. It looks like granite. It gives an idea of luxury. So with a simple, cheap material, they could make a beautiful, luxurious palace.
And it was mined right over the hill here, about 2 miles away.
That was almost 100% from the pieces.
La quête de leur maison. Voilà, je vous montre un exemple en de construction. Et on connaît, grâce à cette image, beaucoup sur l'architecture.
1, 2, 3, the tripartite sanctuary. Behind an area of sacred rooms, like this big room here with the polytherons all around, and the bench where they could place the statues of the divinities. Behind a room with a beautiful jar where they would collect the offerings to the sanctuary. And in the third room, 2 safes like the ones that we have seen in the storage rooms for the precious objects. In those safes, Minoan way, women in the Minoan times were dressed with long gowns, beautifully decorated, and short-sleeved blouses. And as you can see, they're holding snakes in their hands, as the snake has always been a symbol of the underground divinities. And the Minoans would worship exactly the underground divinities.
Where is that?
It's on a plaque that
Can we see it or not?
Tim, Nick just took a picture of it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Nick, you just took a picture of the pot?
And combination of colors. To the left and right, alabaster benches for the people waiting, and the walls dressed with alabaster slabs. All this alabaster, you must imagine it, all polished, of a blinding white color. And then one would enter into the chamber of the throne, and this blinding white color would turn into a profound, suggestive, royal red color. And on that red background, only one decorative pattern, the griffin. A strange, mythological animal, but of course has never existed. How are we so sure that it has never existed? Well, you will be, as soon as you learn that the head of the griffin was of an eagle, the body was of a lion, and the tail of a snake. So certainly such an animal has never existed. Outside is just a copy. The original one is inside. As we said, it is made of alabaster and was built in the wall. That's why it is preserved so well. It is the most ancient royal throne of Europe right now, as it has an age of at least 3,500 years.
They're sharing information.
I guess this is the waiting area to see the king. The customs office. There's the bull again. Well, we have 5 acres of this palace, so they've done plenty of work, but I imagine they got a lot of work still to accomplish.
Go anything else in the theater where that group is standing.
Their answer to the amphitheater.
And now here the stage. Now, you don't have here the semicircular, amphitheatrical shape of the classical. And from the fresco we know that some kind of theatrical act would take place here. Then we have convergent streets that are leading. We had the ruins from the houses, an urban street that would lead in the rest of the town, a town that would be around the palace and according to Sir Arthur Evans would have some 80,000 inhabitants. 80,000. Unfortunately, Theseus was a prince, and a prince, as you know, is supposed to be not only brave, but also very good looking, handsome. He left together Crete. He was accustomed to go to towns of the Roman Empire and be the first one to talk about the new religion, about Jesus Christ. And over here, he did found some Christians already in the island. He understood that being in this place, such a crossway for all the ships of the Roman Empire, the Christian religion could be how can I say, spread among the sailors very easily. And he left here in Crete one of his favorite friends and collaborators, Titus, as first bishop of this island. So our church in Crete was founded by St. Paul and was organized by St. Titus, first bishop of Christianity in the island of Crete.
Lantana, just like in Florida. Look at the color of the water. To Crete. Well, the seas have gotten a little rough and there's a lot of wind and the pool is almost flowing over sometimes. That's all right. They can stay wherever they are. No, no, I'm shooting over top of you. Yeah.
That's a deep.
This is one of our tenders. Holds about 200 people. The Mercedes-Benz of tenders. Another cruise ship has gotten a closer position where they can anchor. So we have to just float around. Here comes another tender from another direction. Okay, they just tooted each other. That's the gondolas coming down the hill. And yet another tender's coming.
He wants us all to be on one, he said.
Yeah. There's my yacht docked over there. I'm gonna get off this ship tonight and get on my yacht. I'll see you all later.
I think there would be a lot of boats, wouldn't you? I mean, like
Cruise ships, you mean?
well, no, like
Just regular boats?
yeah, like sailboats. You know, like we have every place
Right.
that they can put them.
Could be another area that's more
It
protected
could be.
or something.
It must be because this.
Yacht.
Yeah, there's just a couple of ships that are on boats.
Some kind of wall up here over to the right. That's not snow, that's houses and businesses. Turkey Trail and footpath. Tim is taking salsa lessons while we're in line here.
And when she's on the front step, you can turn her. For example, now you can turn.
Spinner! Spinner!
Hold on.
Go like this, or sideways. You know, it doesn't bother me.
Right, 1, 2, or 3. It says that all of them were built in the cave.
Yes,
And the houses up top are built into the cave. They put a front on them.
yes.
Anybody gonna ride the donkey?
She said they've had minor and major accidents.
Yep. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.
Really?
Why is it bouncing? Why is there that big hole
why
in
is
the
it
wall?
bouncing?
Because the cable, I mean, it's not a straight.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
not
tight, but not.
Yeah.
Not that tight.
Right.
For example, if you have wind, it'll shift with the wind. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's got to go
Swing.
over these mini hills.
It's swinging.
Yeah.
I wonder how it is
but then they have
when
a
it's
security one.
windy.
Well, this is good.
to jump off while
Jump
it still
off,
goes around.
yes.
I look down.
Look for Sandra.
Look at that view
Yeah,
there.
look at that.
going up.
That is beautiful.
Oh, the donkeys, yeah.
I don't see Tim.
They've started the donkeys?
Yeah,
They said it took like 45 minutes to an hour.
Charlotte.
I was looking for somebody in white.
This is my first cable car ride.
Me
ever.
too. Me
Oh, okay.
too. Never done it before.
I'll have a couple of drinks before I start my descent.
No. Mikasa.
Believe me,
no.
it's better than the donkey.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
The donkey's coming back. They go fast.
I think we're here already, are we?
Yeah, we're here.
Pretty much.
See, it was 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the donkey trail. Oh, here they come. Here they come. You can smell them coming.
Jimmy. Look out. Hey.
Poor babies.
You really have to be here to appreciate it, but maybe this will help you appreciate it. And I believe that's Santorini blue on the windows. And once again, my yacht has followed us just as a backup in case the ship has a trouble. You can see right here that it's the rim of a volcano. Yeah, looking over to the right. Well, apparently, judging by her clothes, Sandra took the tram up because she would be more dirty if she took the donkey up. All right, some more folks are coming. They survived. Tourism Central here.
Oh, you did see one right here? Oh,
I didn't see any letters.
He's in there.
I need the giant one.
Are they going?
Okay, because another cable car just arrived.
Oh, I see Tim made it.
The volcano, the middle part collapsed. Only water was here. Nothing but water. After the years,
Circle.
the lava built up and formed the volcanoes. The two
Lava
volcanoes.
filled up in the middle.
In between the two volcanoes is the hot springs. Each volcano is still active.
Hot springs between the volcano
The three
and the
parts
middle.
that remain of
Brad Giolini might get married here this coming weekend. the Greek Orthodox capital of the island.
Nine? No, it's decoration. Decoration.
Okay, looks like somebody's gonna have a wedding. I think they're going into this place. Gelato. Very tempting. I think this is Santorini blue with some nice gold accents. You can see all the way to the other side of the island here. There's water. Okay, everyday life at the supermarket. Since it's the rim of a volcano, at least at this point it's only 3 or 4 blocks wide, maybe 5 or 6. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that wrought iron is custom made for sure. Oh, I'm not afraid. This is my first, well, second cable ride ever.
Yes.
Yes. So.
Oh, that's nice, Charlotte.
I just can't imagine when they first settled it. You know, I mean, this is quite an accomplishment just to decide to live on this rocky island.
Yep.
You know, not easy.
There's the donkeys.
There goes the steps. I bet Tim's been up and down twice.
Look at how fast those donkeys go.
I know, I can't believe how fast they go.
Coming down is worse because they kind of flop off the big step.
Yeah, if the cruise, he beat us up there.
He did?
He'll have a story.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody lost the backpack, it looks like. Look.
Oh. Yeah. Oh well.
Sure did.
I think I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
It must have been from this cutback here, this switchback.
Yeah.
That's like when you're walking and you see a shoe on the road. It's like, how did just one shoe get?
I hate this shoe so much, I can't
hate
stand
this
it
shoe. I gotta
anymore.
Throw it away right now.
One
No, I'm just
time,
kidding.
Bill, when we went to with Bill in Jerusalem, he said one lady lost her umbrella on one of the cliffs, and next time we went, the umbrella was still there.
Here's your kitty, Charlotte. Here's a kitty.
En vi passa i reception.
Nej, jag tror det var rätt innanför Björnbaden. Ta höra.
Evo ko da ćete? Tije 2 butilki vino.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, now it looks gray, but when
Volcanic.
you're on it, it was black as coal.
I gotta say it for the camera, for the people listening. That's a volcanic rock, that black or dark gray rock.
Wow. We couldn't have timed this any better. It's hard to decide.
Yeah, she was disappointed that it got hazy and
I said, don't worry, it'll change.
It did.
I think Brad, Jolena.
I feel like giving someone mine. Oh, I can't.
No, dá pra subir lá no nono.
Oh. So that will not be working. Kim?
Okay.
It would be interesting if we could see someone that way. How you doing? Guys don't care that they're passport.
Oh yeah.
Because I came in, I went, those are mules. Well,
Yeah, teeny little hooks.
yeah, but they're, I mean, a mule is half donkey, half horse.